to the No Filter podcast. We I'm going to what are you doing, Vinny? Why the fuck are you muted?
I'm muted because I had to burp. I'm sorry.
Oh, you get the burp on the fucking pod.
No, not happening. That's disgusting.
It's disgusting that you said you had the burp. And we don't believe you now. Because we didn't have no proof.
I hate you.
It probably came out the other hole.
We're not like a minute into the podcast. I already hate you.
I mean, that's what's up. I'm not even mad at that.
How was your weekend?
It was the weekend, huh? It was what it was. Are we dialoguing or are you asking everyone?
I'm asking everyone.
Oh, my weekend was all right. It was good.
Was that little smirk after you said that because you was smutting this weekend?
I don't smut people. I stay at home and do fucking the Lord's work.
Oh my God.
I do the Lord.
That sounds like some bullshit. But
I do the Lord's work. I am out here for the Lord.
Nobody else gives a fuck about your question.
Of course not.
I had a good weekend.
Yay. I'm glad, Nessie Poo.
I went to a wedding yesterday and it was like,
It wasn't yours, was it?
Hell no.
Okay, just making sure.
No. I will not get married or ever think about getting married.
Good, because men ain't shit.
Yep, true.
You for yourself. I'm awesome.
Nah, you ain't shit neither.
Welcome
to the You Ain't Shit Club.
Only a hit dog holler.
I had nothing. I had no rebuttal. I had no rebuttal. I walked right into that one. I can't even be mad. I walked into that one. Touche. Well played. Well played.
Exactly what happened, sir.
So,
and God said, "Let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over fish of the sea, and fowl of the air, and over cattle, and over all of earth, and every creeping thing that creepeth on earth." And God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he, male and female created them. And Vinny is going to direct whichever route we're going in this podcast because I can see.
No, because I want you. The first thing I want known is what, and this is fucking awesome to me. Always has been. What do you?
Want
No, but hold up. Let me ask the question first, sir. What religion do you claim, D?
I'm a Jedi. I believe in Star Wars wholeheartedly. I'm completely and utterly dedicated to Star Wars and understanding that we are all part of the Force and that Luke Skywalker is the spawn of the great Anakin Skywalker who was born of the Force, and it is your duty to worship and understand everything in Star Wars. Do or do not, young Padawan. There is no try. But that has zero to do with what the fuck we're actually talking about.
I know, but do you know how many times I've heard that shit and I still think it's fucking epic? It just makes me happy to hear it. No, I thought I would keep it fun and lighthearted because I thought we don't ever discuss religion. And I always thought, there's a bunch of shit that a lot of people think is in the Bible. That's not.
White people?
It's not necessarily white people because I hear it coming from everybody.
No, I meant white people ain't in the Bible.
Oh! My bad. Sorry, I thought we was on another white people rant.
No, we're not going on white people rants.
Oh.
It is what it is.
But there's some shit that, like, I mean, back when I was, but back when I was married to, uh, um, there was
To
a
your
meeting.
ex-wife?
Sure.
He's gone more with titles. So just title her, bro. I mean, nobody knows. I mean, it is what it is. If they know you, they know who the fuck she is. If they don't, they don't. Fuck it.
Well, back when I was married to my ex-wife, there was a Bible study discussion. One of the classes about something or other was about that. Was about shit you heard in the Bible that wasn't actually in the Bible. Like, for instance, in the Bible where it says an eye for an eye. Y'all have all heard that, right?
Correct.
Yeah, not in the fucking Bible. Just putting that out there. Or how a lot of people will say stuff like, well, the Bible says God helps those who help themselves. Not in the Bible. Like, none of that. And literally the only place it says in the Bible is, if Bible is eye for an eye, is you have heard eye for an eye, but it's not true. So,
well, that's not entirely true. The reference is in the Bible.
I mean, the reference is in there, but to be quite honest with you, it was never like, it wasn't said.
It says more than an eye for an eye. That's what it is.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm paraphrasing because I don't want to get into the particulars.
We're getting into particulars. We're talking about religion, so we're just gonna go down that road.
Okay.
Giddy up, or
I'm just interested in what everybody believes.
well, no, we are gonna follow your lead, sir. That is what we're gonna do because you suggested this. So we're gonna go down the road you would like to go down because otherwise we could just be here forever talking about this shit. I mean, because they've been lying about this shit for at least 2022 years, a little bit, give or take. give or take.
So, once again, since I'm the one, quote, end quote, leading the discussion, where does everybody stand on religion?
What do you mean?
We know D's view.
What do you mean?
Like, just where do you stand on religion? Do you claim anything? Is there anything in particular that you believe that you'd like to make known? Or
he made this shit sound like a gang. He's like,
Yeah,
claim anything?
I was like a set. West Side Interdenominational Christ. I was gonna throw up gang signs, but
Christ.
I knew you was gonna do that. I don't know why I knew you was gonna do it, but I knew you were gonna do it.
Yo, on Christ.
I can't with y'all. I'm not fucking with y'all. Y'all not finna have nobody fucking knocking on my door.
Who's gonna knock on your door?
I don't know. The same motherfuckers that was in that black truck.
Do you have a moment to talk to me about your Lord and Savior Jesus?
Oh shit. That's funny. That's funny. The blasphemous and the heretics are the only ones that come to your doors.
Oh my God. I can't with y'all. Y'all motherfuckers too much for me. Well, as I'm not, I guess I'll start it off because ain't nobody else gonna do it. Well, as for me, I have learned a great deal. I don't believe in the white man in the clouds per se, but I do believe in something that is bigger than myself. Try to make me do the right thing by people. Try to do right by people. You know, that's how my grandma raised me. But as I grew older, I started to read and I started to believe that some of the biggest motherfucking hypocrites are the motherfuckers that go to church.
That is absolutely fact.
I can't say all because I haven't met everybody that's gone to church. So I had to.
So everyone you've met.
Yeah, that's why I said some because I can only go by what I've seen. But yeah, for the most part, they are some of the worst people, especially people who I don't like people who throw the Bible at you. Like that shit is my biggest pet peeve. Like you ain't gotta like don't preach to me about some shit that you haphazardly read one time or somebody regurgitated to you and now you feel as though you're a fucking Creflo Dollar. Like, nah, bitch, that's not what we're doing out here. Like, don't come preaching to me about some shit. Or the motherfuckers that think they better than me because I go to church on Easter Sunday. Fuck out of here. Your fuck ass go. You go on Easter, but every other Sunday you in the bed sleep. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. Like, if you feel like that's something that you want to, you can believe whatever you want to believe. I'm not here to fucking knock nobody from doing whatever the fuck they want to do. Believe what you want to believe. Do what you want to do.
Yeah, because he who believeth in me will have everlasting life.
This is where it comes in handy that he knows so much. It really does.
And it's actually a testament to who he is as a person, because you can't talk about some shit if you don't know it. So
that's true.
You gotta be able to know some shit before you're gonna talk about it.
That's exactly correct.
You can't debunk some shit if you ain't never read it or talked about it.
I love debunking shit.
It goes back to a lot of shit. Like I don't talk religion a lot to people, basically because one, I ain't got time to be arguing with a motherfucker about some shit. I just don't do it. That's just me personally, because motherfuckers will fight you tooth and nail about their religion, and it's weird as fuck to me. And because I be wondering, like, I don't understand why a lot of black people believe the shit that they believe, but that's neither here nor there.
Slaves obey your earthly master.
Yep, there you go.
And I like you try to say that to some devout, like especially older black people, man, you might get slapped in the fucking face. But again, it's not my place to judge anybody. You're fucking done. You're done.
Nah, man, you gotta let him go. You gotta let him go. Just don't say nothing. Don't say nothing to let him chime in with those little verses he's got.
He got his own look. He got his own segment. He need to go on though.
That's true.
But yeah, so especially African Americans who believe that shit, like y'all might want to go and
have a come to Jesus moment.
Yeah, you might want to go read. Might want to go pick up something, because before we got here, I don't know if we were worshiping Jesus Christ. I'm just throwing it out there. But that's my spiel on it. So my thing is I guess I'm an in-between person. I try to do right in my everyday life. Not because somebody told me or I read some book. I try to live right the best way I can. I do what's best for me. Fuck everybody else. Shut up. Shut up.
You didn't even say nothing.
He was about. You didn't hear him.
Yeah.
No, you didn't hear him.
I did hear him. He didn't say nothing.
I don't know what he. I think I know what he was about to say, but I'd be damned if he was going to say it over. Nope. You're not going to do it. You're not going to do it. Nope.
I'm not going to talk about Scott, buddy. It's okay.
Let them people believe in let people believe what they want to believe. And I ain't got time to try to change nobody's mind on what it is, what they want to do and what they don't want to do, because that's just a losing battle. That's a battle that I ain't even trying to get into.
And no one is half the battle.
Joe, American hero. Sorry.
I'm good.
I took it too far there.
I'm out. That was it for me.
All right, Nessie Pooh, what you got?
What do I got? I believe that people are entitled to believe in whatever they want to believe in.
What's so funny?
I'm getting this crazy text messages. Okay, let me just. Okay, so I don't go to church. I'm not saying I don't believe, but pretty much the same thing like what Mookie said.
Say my government name one more goddamn time. Say my fucking
Wait,
government name on this
wait,
podcast again.
wait. He said my name last time, so my bad.
Say my fucking government name no more.
At least it's only half of your government name.
I'm sorry, King Mookie.
Thank you, brother.
Anyway, so yeah, I do believe that a lot of people go to church and they try to act like they're the most innocent people, but are the most hypocrite people that will sit there in your face and talk to you and talk about you to others, but be smiling in front of you. And I can't. What is that one thing I would say? I can't talk about the Bible if I myself don't read the Bible, so I can't preach. There it goes. I can't preach anything because I don't read the Bible, so I don't know what you want. I don't know what else to say. That's it.
Okay. That's good enough. I was literally just asking if you believed or didn't believe, or that's all.
So I guess that's a yes and no.
That's fine. All right, Shelly, you want to chime in?
I believe in the higher power. I believe in God. I don't necessarily say I practice a religion. I think that I don't believe that you have to go to church to worship or to believe or to pray or any of those things. I believe that if you believe in God, you're supposed to have a relationship with God. That's between you and God. You don't need a bunch of other people to validate that. I don't I'm just a person where I'm not here to judge anybody. I feel like people do what they're gonna do, they believe what they believe, they practice what they're gonna practice. I'm not, at the end of the day, this is all based off of things that we've been taught and things that we've chose to believe. That's it for me.
All right, where do you stand on the Bible?
I honestly really haven't read the Bible. I don't stand anywhere with it. Again, it was written by a human, so it's what you choose to believe.
All right. Can't say nothing about that.
I
And
mean that people should be good people. You get what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
I believe that you should, not commit adultery and that you shouldn't just
define adultery.
cheating on your husband or wife.
Nope. Sorry.
What is it?
D.
Excuse me? Can I help someone?
You're the encyclopedia, nigga.
You
Go
went the
ahead.
buzzer first, so you get to be Encyclopedia Brown. Fucking get it.
Adultery is defined as a woman who is unkept, who has slept with multiple men. It has nothing to do with what a man does at all, and it can only be performed by a woman according to the scriptures.
Mm. Well, I believe in certain morals and values, so
There's nothing wrong with believing in morals and values. It's always interesting to me to hear where people get the ideas for the morals and values. Because, for instance, I'm just gonna go there. The Bible likes to talk about homosexuality, except it doesn't. Not in one place. Not ever. Not no how. And it's all has to do with mistranslations and fucked up shit that we've been told over the years that is absolutely incorrect. What? Nobody has a damn thing to say? Is it just because I'm talking? Is it? I don't. Do I not like? Is it
Like-
just because?
We are giving you. You are leading the discussion, sir. You didn't. It didn't give any leeway for us to comment. We listened to what you said.
We're
Gotcha.
being nice.
What's that mean?
I was listening because I didn't think you wanted any
What's the
feedback.
definition of nice?
Oh, Jesus Christ Almighty in heaven above. Jesus, strength. See, I'm religious. I'm praying this fucking podcast will be over.
The hive
Same.
mind.
Same here.
You gonna be okay, Mookie?
Nope. I'm praying this fucking podcast will be over. That's what I want.
Oh, go where you going with this, Vinny?
Man. I mean, I'm good because
No. I'm fully prepared to engage as much as humanly and reasonably possible. However, I had this discussion with Mookie, right? I do not want to dominate this conversation by no stretch of the imagination, simply because it may not be the direction anyone wants to go down. That is not the road that I would like to go down. I would like to keep it so we can have a dialogue between us. You want to talk about gay things in the Bible? Talk about gay things in the Bible. I will, however, offer there are instances of homosexuality in the Bible not being permitted, specifically when Noah's sons, that part, and Sodom and Gomorrah, those things.
it's mistranslations.
That's not a mistranslation.
Yes, it is.
No, listen, it's a mistranslation that it's nicely stated that his son knew him. That translation meant his son actually had sex with him when he was drunk off the wine.
Oh, I know that. That's not what I said was mistranslated.
Okay, so once again, you go the route you're going so we can engage.
Okay, so how about this? Do you know the part where it says, well, yeah, you do, but everybody. Does everybody know the part where it says, or where it supposedly says that a man is not supposed to lay with a man?
No.
You've all heard that.
Nope.
Yeah.
Okay. Except
Again,
everybody on this
I don't
podcast, I
read the
guess.
Bible.
So that's the main rhetoric and bullshit that the conservative Christian movement, or whatever you want to call them, the bullshit artists use. They say that the Bible says a man is not supposed to lay with a man, except it doesn't say that. It was a mistranslation. There's one part where it says that that it's supposed to be a man is not supposed to lay with a little boy. Okay, that's one. Number two, the other one.
Wait, slow down.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm going to ask, why was that text specifically written for that time?
To make sure that everybody was procreating, because they didn't want people going after pleasure. There was a number of reasons. Number one being they wanted people to make sure that they were procreating. Number two, it had to do with making sure that people didn't they were obviously having sex with little boys, and that's not okay.
But you sound like you're judging someone else's culture.
I'm not judging somebody's culture. I'm telling you that it traumatizes children.
I just said it sounds like you're judging someone else's culture. We don't live in that time. They didn't have contraceptive. If they wanted to get one off, a prepubescent child would be a better avenue of sexual gratification. I've seen Caligula.
You went way too far on that one, and I'm gonna go ahead and digress and move on to a different subject completely, because that was disgusting.
Have you not studied Rome? We are talking about Roman fucking times. There's statues from Rome and Greece that depict this shit. How is it too far? They didn't have contraceptives. They weren't always about fucking having children. They understood that when you fucking have sex, that children come from fucking sex. They was fucking youngin, and then they realized that to fuck a same sex youngin, you would be allowed to be gratified, and you did not have to be fruitful and multiply. What are you talking about? That's a statement of fact. That's historical fact. There's whole statues depicting the shit all over the Vatican. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, what are you saying?
You remember just a few minutes ago when you said that you weren't trying to take it someplace that nobody wanted to go?
I was simply saying that your statement.
You remember that?
Listen, the statement you made, the Bible passage that you said has been misinterpreted, was put in there for a very specific reason, because they were combating the culture of the Romans and the Greeks. That was where I was trying to get you to go. Because the Bible was written by the opposition to them people. So that lifestyle that they lived freely, openly, that dominated the sphere of the time, was frowned upon by the people who wrote the Bible. So to combat the typical everyday practices of those who had subjugated them, those words were what was printed. That was my point.
Good point.
But continue. Let's go. Come on. Boom. We're off. We're not off?
No, I don't know, man. It's oddly quiet and it bothers me. So
you derailed.
I didn't derail anything.
Wait, listen, calm down. Whoa. I'm not attacking you. I'm not saying that anything you said was not factual information. I'm not saying any of those things. What I am stating is that you derailed.
Well, I mean,
okay, let me not just say derailed. You threw off everybody.
Well, I didn't mean to throw everybody off. So, at the end of the day, that's a fact. Like, they still practice it because I'm not even gonna go there. There's a particular group of people that we all know of, that memes and jokes are made of, that are representative of that time frame,
yes,
and they still do it, and it is not frowned upon at all in the entirety of the fucking religion. No matter how much shit people talk, no matter how much they say they wanted to change, they still actively practice that. Period.
And that's religion.
I'm sorry I even brought this shit up. I really am.
Well, why? We're having a
because-
discussion. This is good shit.
Are we really? Because Shell and Nessa have been muted for the last 5 minutes, and they're both.
Well, Shelly is eating, we're assuming, because she was making a bunch of fucking noise when she was talking. So we assume that she was trying to talk every other bite. She might be done now, but she was just muted. It is what it is. Nessa, you don't know what the fuck she's doing. She might be doing something.
I'm praying over here. I'm praying for
Oh my god. I'm dead.
Oh my god.
So at the end of the day, no, that's not the case, Vinny. Run your show the way you said you wanted to talk about the things in the Bible that people don't understand, or that people have been that have been misrepresented or misunderstood. Let's go down that road, but also understand that I'm if you don't explain why the thing happened, there's no understanding. Just to say that they put it in there and then it's been widely misinterpreted about homosexuality, well, that's not why the fucking shit was put in there either. It was put in there for a very specific reason. That's all.
You're right.
I'm curious.
What's up?
Go ahead.
Oh hell.
So the Bible, quote, quote, it's like told in different ways, right? So you go to church some Wednesdays, what is it, Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday or something like that. So everything just gets repeated at some point, right?
You know what? It depends on which community you are a part of.
I concur. And also, it depends on what denomination that you're a part of. And also, it depends on what parts of the Bible they actually believe in. Because every single denomination picks and chooses their shit.
You go to a black church, you may go to a black church for fucking 52 Sundays out of the year and never hear a Bible verse.
It's true.
I've been to a whole bunch of different churches, and some of them had me like, why did I say yes that I will go?
Yep.
Like
Why
that's
did
no
I
bullshit.
agree to this?
Yeah, like you can easily go to a black church and never hear a Bible verse. You'll never hear an actual verse of the Bible uttered at all.
And then I think it's the Catholic Church that when they start talking in Spanish and they start singing, I'm just like, huh?
Yeah, the Catholicism is interesting. To say
Very.
the least.
I was raised Catholic and went to Catholic church for a long time.
So tell us about that, Vinny. Like, you have a background. You're knowledgeable on quite a few religions and understanding them and how some people practice them, how how they differ. Come on, give us some info.
Okay, so the two things that I will unequivocally state that I know are fact because I have experienced them myself. Number one, Sunday morning is the most segregated part of this country. There is no greater segregation than Sunday mornings in America.
Get it, Malcolm.
And number two, the number one problem with the Christian church in America is Christians. And that's a fact. Because the only problems that come from the church come from these assholes claiming to be Christian that aren't really Christian.
I mean, them pesky individuals who used to follow that guy around like a cult.
I'm gonna tell
No,
you.
those were the real Christians, actually.
Vinny, I'm gonna tell you a story. So, my daughter's dad, my 13-year-old daughter, is from Central America. And I had known him for a little bit over a year. Well, I thought I knew him. And then we started dating, got with him, of course, started,
Mm-hmm.
And then one day, one day, I think his wallet fell or something, and I opened it, or it was open. I don't know. He asked for something. Some way, somehow, I had his wallet. And in there was a card. I was so fucking pissed. I was crying. I was upset. I didn't even know what to think at that point anymore. He was the pastor, the motherfucking pastor of what's that? A Pentecostal church. And I was just like, what? Like, I couldn't fucking believe what the hell was going on. Like, I just couldn't believe that this whole time I didn't know that he was a freaking pastor of a church.
Should I say it? D, should I say it?
Go for it.
My ex-wife was a pastor. Yeah, I just shocked the shit out of all of y'all. Well, both of y'all, because everybody else knew.
You know what's funny? It was just the other day I was talking to somebody. We were going somewhere. I don't remember where we were going. I think it was just yesterday. And we were just saying that we should we're talking about, oh yeah, it was yesterday, that about becoming a pastor because they make so much money and they have all this land and yeah.
Actually, the only pastors that really make money and have all this land are people like Joel Osteen and the ones who are liars on television and, TD Jakes or whatever. Those
Them
guys.
motherfuckers get a lot of tax breaks too.
Well,
Yep,
those lying,
that is true.
For them lying, they got a whole shitload of stuff. Maybe we need to start lying and maybe we could get some land too.
The Church of the No Filter Podcast.
I'll fuck
D,
yeah.
I need you. We gotta go look at this
Church of
land.
God in Christ Incorporated. Because y'all know the longer the name, the blacker the church.
Oh my god, that is true. I couldn't even
what?
I couldn't even find a fault in that.
The longer the name, the blacker the church.
Them
You never heard that?
Them names be fucking ridiculous.
Shekinah Holy Glory Gospel
Them
Church
motherfuckers lame.
of Christ in Jesus in
Them-
God
Them names be fucking ridiculous.
of Mount Zion.
Them names
That's
fucking
Jesus.
ridiculous.
It's crazy. Them names are crazy. Absolutely. I could ride by a church and tell you if it's a white church or a black church just by the name.
That is actually accurate.
So here's my next question. Does anybody actually have anything that they like about religion? Like something that actually makes you feel better?
What happened?
Did you cut him out?
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it wasn't me.
It was a sign. It was a sign. Okay.
Look, his question answered itself.
Weird.
The question,
Super fucking weird.
the question answered itself.
Damn.
Like, no more from you, bitch.
That that hurt.
Oh my god. I'm about to die over here. That shit was hilarious. If you ain't never seen a sign before, that was
Damn.
that shit cut you off smooth as fuck.
Oh,
my God.
dude.
Oh man, y'all got a headache. That shit was funny. What was your question?
I mean, I don't know if I'm supposed to ask it now.
Oh, that shit was great.
I say don't ask it and move on to your inconsistencies and the what you originally said you was going to do.
Because whatever you was finna ask was probably not gonna be good. It probably wasn't gonna end well. Oh, that shit was funny. Oh my god.
I never said I wanted to discuss anything, actually. All I said was, hey, we should do something around this idea.
Actually, at the beginning of this podcast, you said I would like to discuss these things regarding religion. And then we said, okay, cool. And I was like, well, yeah, that's good because I didn't want to dominate the conversation with a bunch of pointless shit. Nobody really gave a fuck about that they couldn't fucking go back and forth with.
I have a
That's what
question.
happened.
I have a question for you.
For me,
How in the fuck do you remember the things I say better than I do?
it's
I
a gift.
just want to know that.
It's a gift and a curse, sir.
You get it. I'm gonna say curse for me
No,
because I don't fucking remember even saying that. To be honest with you,
it's a gift and a curse. The accuracy and the ability of my memory can, but most people are considered like, oh, it's a gift. But just like I remember mundane and fun shit very vividly and accurately, I also remember all of the bad shit just as well. It is a gift and a curse. So continue.
I don't even know where I want to go anymore because I had a really good question and then Jesus cut me off and said, "Nope, I don't think so." Jesus said, "Hell no."
Oh, here you go.
And don't
Ask
talk about
your
me.
question, and if you get cut off again, maybe there's really
Don't say that because if you get cut off again, I'm leaving this podcast. That means this podcast I'm done. That
Is
means
it me,
I'm done.
Jesus? Is it me? Is it me?
Oh my god.
Is it me, Jesus? I'd rather it not be me, but that's cool. Look,
So, what does anybody consider positive about religion? Is there anything that Mookie killing
oh
me?
my bad. I was just waiting, man. Hey,
Yeah. Is
My
there? I mean, does anybody have like in the tradition of Judeo Christianity in the West? Is there anything positive that anybody knows or thinks positively about God, Jesus, any of the Judeo Christian beliefs?
Christmas. Just kidding.
No, she wasn't.
I was kidding.
Hold on.
Believe
Shell,
and
we
allow.
can't hear you. Oh, you breaking up. You're breaking up bad.
My phone sucks.
Okay, there you go.
I said I think that it gives people something to believe in. It gives them um like some values and morals. I mean, that's what I think the good thing about it is.
Yeah, I mean, it does give people hope. That's a solid point. Um, there are still parts of the Bible that even though I'm floating between two worlds right now, um, there are parts of the Bible that still give me comfort. And on occasion, I'll read them, just these little excerpts. A lot of it comes from Luke and Matthew in the gospel. Some of the Psalms can be very encouraging. Most of the Bible is just a lot of negativity, so I don't really fuck with that part. But like the Beatitudes in Matthew, that's some good shit. Um, the the story of the Passion, as you know, whether it's true or not, whether it was fucked up or whatever, it doesn't matter because just the thought that even the thought of somebody giving up their life for another person is encouraging anyway to me. There's that's how our military lives. Our military lives putting their hands in other people's lives every day. In the brotherhood of their particular branch of the military or in their base units, like I know in the Marine Corps the base unit is the platoon that goes up from there. And when the platoon is together, they have, and the only reason I know this is because of where I live, they trust each other with their lives. And as it goes further along, it's a bigger and bigger group, and these guys are all, I mean, you could meet somebody, you could be a 25-year-old who just got out the military and meet somebody who is 75 years old that served in the same battalion you did or in the same like company even, and they'll act like they're your best friend and they'll give you anything they want, shirt off your back, whatever, and you in the military 50 years after them. That's crazy to me. Just that part. But then, like, just thinking about that and, like, thinking about how somebody told the story of Jesus Christ giving up his life to forgive all sins. It may not be true, but it's nice to read. Like, just thought of it is nice to me.
So is Harry Potter.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Harry Potter is just a shitty version of Star Wars anyway.
Oh shit. Big fan.
Yeah, I said what I said. Mookie was like, what? Yeah, I said what I said.
I didn't, because I just didn't hear what you said. I heard Harry Potter and Star Wars, and I didn't hear what you said. That's why I made the face.
Oh, okay. Harry Potter was a shitty version of Star Wars.
Okay, see, I heard the two. I didn't know if you had flipped them or you got them right. That's why I should have known because D didn't say nothing, but I didn't hear it right. Like, because when you said it, I was thinking to myself, like, did he flip that shit? I was like, but then D didn't say nothing, so I was like, it's all good.
Yeah. What was that? What's that?
This motherfucker over here having a nightmare.
Oh, is it Bruno?
Yeah.
Oh, we don't talk about Bruno. My bad.
He's asleep.
Yes.
Wake him up. Wake him up and get him on camera. We ain't seen him in a minute.
Nah, you good.
He's the only one out of everybody going to heaven anyway.
Because all dogs go to heaven.
Because all dogs go to heaven. That's a fact. Because he's the bestest puppers. Anyway. I can't help it, man. I love dogs. I absolutely love dogs. Going over to D's house and like, I just want to love on his dog, but his dog is scared of everybody.
I don't have a dog. Number one.
He has a dinosaur.
From Jurassic Park. No, I don't own a dog. We're done with that.
So what dog are you
So
talking about, Vinny?
where's Luke?
He has a dinosaur.
You got a dinosaur from Jurassic Park?
Yeah, you ain't seen that motherfucker.
I do not own a dog. That's my.
Well, Vinny's claiming he's seen it.
Uh, somebody said they seen this motherfucker walk across water too, but we ain't. I don't believe that shit.
This has been a No Filter podcast. We're gonna get on up out of here now. We're gonna get on up out of here.
Yeah, before we all get struck by lightning. Just in case.
I would like to get back to the topic at hand.
One time, really long time ago, there was this guy.
Listen,
walked on.
You get this motherfucker a fish and a loaf of bread, he could feed the masses. That's what I heard.
I'm not saying, you know what, real shit. That's probably one of the one things I do believe. That's one of the one things I do believe. Fish. You can feed a lot of people with fish. I ain't say they was gonna be full, but you can feed a lot of motherfuckers with fish.
That's how you feel, bro.
Wait for real shit. It never said they were full. He said feed. Here you go. Here's a piece of bread. Here's a corner of bread. Ain't say shit about feet. Ain't say shit about you being full.
What they said was he multiplied the fish. That's what.
Is that what he said? I thought he said. Oh, you know what? He did say that.
Yeah,
shit,
we not doing that now. If you told me he reached in there and pulled out a whale, a shark, or a dolphin, I'm cool with that. I'll go with that. He fed a lot of motherfuckers from one really big fish. But you're not finna tell me this motherfucker was holding the fish and then was ta-da, and there was multiple fish. That's not what we doing here. I'm not buying that.
What if they didn't know it was a never mind. You know what? I'm not going down this road.
Okay. So while you guys were talking amongst yourselves, I actually pulled up that part of the Bible. And it says in verse 20, it's Matthew 14:13 through 21, and it says in 20, they all ate and were satisfied. And the disciples picked up 12 basketfuls of broken pieces that were left over. So they were full.
Call him Cap.
You can call Cap all you want to. So it is written, and so it shall be.
Never mind. I stand corrected because I don't remember them saying that they was full and satisfied. I remember he said, and I could have been like, I don't know. Like I said,
well, I mean, it also depends too on what version of the Bible you were raised on, because a lot of people were raised on the King James version, and that motherfucker is full, absolute chock full of misinterpretations, of mistranslations, and of a bunch of bullshit language that didn't even exist in the original Bible. So,
well, none of this shit you're talking about existed in the original Bible.
No, of course not, because the original Bible was. Wait, we talking about the Jewish Bible or the original like Dead Sea Scroll books?
Those are two separate things. We're talking about the Jewish Bible.
No, yeah, the Jewish Bible.
We're talking about
the Torah. The Torah is just the first 5 books of the Bible, of the Old Testament. That's the original. So everything else was written after Jesus Christ. All of the New Testament. And I'm not even sure, like, I never figured out when Isaiah was written, because Isaiah is the most Christian of all of the Old Testament books. But even then, it's not a Torah or a Tanakh book. You know, it's not part of the Pentateuch, so it's not part of the Bible, according to the Jewish people. Did I go too far?
I don't know.
I'm sorry.
Go where you going?
Because this was because I don't know shit about it. So let me tell you something, Vinny. The reason we're all quiet is because we're gonna chime in on the shit that we know, or I'm gonna make a joke.
I don't
know it. I'm not gonna say nothing. So
make more jokes, damn it. I'm
there was nothing to joke about there because I don't know.
He's spiraling out of control and he's going down to the depths of hell.
I ain't going nowhere with y'all, motherfucker.
I didn't say you. I said
no, he said me.
I apologize. Sorry. Apologize.
Oh my god. So
you say a hit dog holler. So there you go.
I mean, it's tough to discuss Judeo-Christian beliefs because the Jews and the Christians legitimately believe two completely separate things. Like,
that's weird.
That part
is weird.
It is when people say shit like and that brings to mind when people are like, well, God's punishing you. That's not a Christian belief at all. That's a Jewish belief. 100% Jewish. And if you ever hear anybody Christian saying, well, this is happening to me because of this and God's punishing me, no, that's not the way it's written in the New Testament. And that's not what you're supposed to believe, which is why I always fall back to my original point. And it's a point that I consistently and constantly make, that people pick and choose. They pick and choose out of the Bible what they want to believe and what they don't want to believe, because they believe that homosexuality is wrong, but they're not marrying and they're not marrying their brother's wife if their brother dies. Like, they're not doing all that fucked up shit in Leviticus. Where the Jews get all the rules.
Why is it fucked up if you marry your brother's wife if he dies?
I wasn't specifically speaking of that. It was a separate statement.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like, it's not wrong, but it also means that if you're married, Leviticus says that you are allowed to have more than one wife if you're a guy.
What's wrong with that?
Church. Sorry, my bad.
You killing me over here.
My
What's
bad.
wrong with that?
I think I deserve more than one.
Well, in today's society, while you and I may feel differently, in today's society, monogamy is the idea in general.
Whose idea?
It's just what people believe in general. Everybody believes in monogamy.
Who are these people you were talking about?
Most people that are not on this goddamn podcast believe in monogamy.
So are you referring to maybe the president of the United States of America, or the ones who, all of the presidents with the multiple children outside of their fucking wives, and the fucking of slaves, and the Jackie Onassis, JFK, Marilyn Monroe circle, the Bill Clinton, Monica Lewinsky, Hillary Clinton circle? Like, who are all these people you speak of that believe in this fucking monogamy thing?
I think he's speaking for himself.
Okay, because I'm going with that, because this monogamy thing is weird. Like, people be saying that. They be like, oh, we believe in this. But that's not the practice by and large by any stretch of the fucking imagination. So I was just curious. What is this? All of these people you speak of.
So you're not going to say that more than 50% of people, let's just say in America, believe that you should only be with one person and stay with that one person?
No, I do not believe more than 50% of people in America believe that, especially considering the fact that divorce rate breaks off at about 50+%, and women by and large file for divorce 80% of the time. So I don't believe that shit at all. No, the numbers don't support that. The numbers actually support multiple unions, factually speaking.
Okay. That serial monogamy, that's literally what you're talking about.
I'm not talking about that. I'm saying that you can put whatever word you want to put on it. You said most people believe in monogamy. I completely disagree with that.
Okay, most people say they believe in monogamy.
The numbers support what I'm saying.
Am I wrong?
Most people don't say anything. Most people do whatever they do and then they get caught.
How the fuck do you know? How do you fucking know? Like, really?
I hate this podcast.
I'm
starting to hate it too, because this is just ridiculous.
I'm saying most people do not believe in monogamy. You got bitches running around here singing fuck nigga free. and taking all the dicks in the
Why?
world.
Why
You
in
got
the world?
dudes.
Why
You got dudes
is
running
nigga
around
Philly
here with
your chief
you got,
argument?
You got dudes running around here with multiple fucking women, and you're literally saying most people. No, by and large, a really small section of the country believe in monogamy. Most people are outwardly practicing a different lifestyle other than monogamy. Most people.
Vinny, you need to get out a little bit.
Like,
You need to go explore
how many bitches run around
outside
here?
your home.
I got my husband and a side nigga. That's not monogamous. Fuck.
I think wait, hold on. Let me help Vinny out. Hold on. I think the statement
He's
that
talking,
Vinny
he's talking about kids. That's why.
No, I think the statement that Vinny wants to make it, and again, it's all about who you know in your circle. Like your circle dictates your reality. Like so, when people speak, they speak in terms of who they know. Like in a large around circle, I know more people who believe in monogamy than people who do not believe in it. And I think, like, I don't personally believe in it, but my circle would say that I do because I know more people who do preach that more than they don't preach it. So I think that's what Vinny is trying to say. Because I think, and I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm not trying to speak for Vinny in no way, shape, or form. I have no idea. I'm just, in my mind, that's what I would think because who you know and who you associate with. I'm just trying.
Brother.
Sorry. Tried.
Brother.
Yes.
You say you know more people who preach monogamy.
Yes.
Is this your official stance?
Notice I kept quiet.
This is my official stance.
I have nothing to do with that.
So your stance is in your circle, you know more people. Is that your official stance?
Take it back.
My official stance is that I know more people. I know more people than I do who do not. Does that help you?
No, it doesn't.
So what he's saying is if he knows 10 people, okay, let's just say for because I know it's less, but I know Mookie knows at least 10 people in his circle, okay?
There are not 10 people in Mookie's circle.
I know that, but
that's
I'm saying
one.
It's for math purposes. Shut up. God damn. Just let me make a point.
Number one, there are not 10 people in Mookie's circle.
D, shut the fuck up, man. Let me make my point.
I don't give a fuck about nobody's point. Mookie, are you saying there are more people in your circle?
Okay, D, goddamn it, no. Fuck. You couldn't
Vinny, you make whatever fucking point you want to make on your own. But I know his circle, and he's fucking lying to prove a point. He does not know more people who believe in fucking monogamy.
Look, I would tell you something. Real shit. I don't know if that's sad for me. It really doesn't hit the ear well when you listen to the podcast. Because I don't know if that just means I don't hang out with a lot of people. It sounds bad all the way around, but
I concur.
I couldn't believe you said that shit.
I can.
Your circle's a fucking period. And all of us believe in something different than fucking monogamy.
It's not even a period, bro. It's not even a period. It's not even a period. You can't even see that motherfucker.
I'm about some goddamn monogamy. Fuck out of here. I want to hear that shit.
Oh, why
His
you
shit is
couldn't
the
let
size
me?
of where Ant-Man was for 10 years.
No, I don't even think that's
Hell
it.
no.
Like, why you couldn't let me have my moment?
Anyway, hey, look, you had your moment, and you had your 0.5 seconds of bullshit, and now it's over.
Oh
Because
my
we was
god!
not doing that at all.
You weren't gonna let me get away with it.
Oh, get you next time, Gadget. Fuck out of here. Fucking weird as hell.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. All right, I'm done.
And on every other podcast, like we got 5 seasons worth of content, and you just said the opposite of everything you said before. You sound fucking
D,
no.
D.
Shut your face, Todd. Vinny, go ahead and make whatever point you want to make. But Mookie's not helping you.
I can't even fucking breathe
I
right
hate it now.
Mookie will be of no assistance here.
I tried
now.
to help.
You did. Look, it was a valiant effort.
I really real shit. I really thought D was gonna let me get through it.
No,
But I didn't realize how
no.
quiet he was.
I'm sitting here listening to your bullshit like this nigga. It's crazy.
This bitch got me.
The fuck is really going on here?
My bad.
Oh my god.
I tried. Anyway, you're on your own, Vinny. I tried to help you.
God damn.
My bad.
If it's my topic, I'm always on my own.
I'm sorry. Tried.
Because I always think I pick interesting shit, but
I mean, it was interesting.
I'm gonna tell you this. This is a very interesting topic. However, you keep conceding the point to other things about the topic. Just stay on topic. Talk about the inconsistencies, because you said it twice now. You keep referencing the things that people believe are in the Bible that are not actually in the Bible, and then you go down a road that we don't need to go down. Just keep referencing this shit that motherfucker, like the whole devil concept. That's always an interesting one.
Oh God, yeah, that's not even in the damn Bible either.
Right. There's plenty of shit. Like the fucking battle of the angels. Like all of that shit. That shit's not in there. Fucking talk about it, motherfucker.
Let's talk about the entire book of Revelation. How that shit is not even close to true.
I don't know. I read some shit in that motherfucker. I don't know if I wanted to believe it or it didn't, but that shit seemed like it happened. I don't remember which one it was though.
You
Don't
do
ask
know
me because
that
I
it was
don't
literally
remember.
The revelation of John is legitimately when he was locked up in prison, and this is a vision he had. Did you know that?
I did not.
I'm aware he was high.
Oh, he was high
He
as
said
fuck.
high.
It could have been lead. They think it was lead poisoning because
He was
the
eating them
water
pink
that
chips.
the water,
Actually hallucinate.
yeah, the water that he was drinking was contaminated with lead, is what the common biblical, theological, scholarly idea is, that he was drinking water that was tainted with lead.
Pink chips.
Pretty much.
But yeah, like go for it. Talk about the misunderstanding of the commandment, quote end quote, thou shalt not kill, because that's not what the fuck it said. Like go
Nope.
for it. Do your
No,
thing.
it says that
Vinny, you got this. We believe in you. We have faith in you.
you are out of this world. Anyway, no, the actual commandment is thou shalt not murder, not that shall not kill. And it's not damn. That one escapes me. I'm sorry.
Murder is defined by civil law. Civil law is directly tied to the civilization and the time frame that you are in the culture that exists. So that particular commandment existed solely to give them a new set of laws and understanding between themselves as they were leaving. Yes, continue.
Thank you so much. I appreciate
You're
that.
welcome. I got you covered. I told you I got you. Just stay on track.
So
And then throw some shit shells away so she can unmute herself and participate.
I would love for her to do that.
Yeah, I think you're lying, but go ahead.
What? Throw what at my way?
Anything.
Yeah, we just wanted you to participate, y'all. That's all. We don't want you to feel ostracized and alienated over there, you know?
I
We
don't
want,
feel
we want you to come play with us.
Forever and ever.
I'm not
Ideo. Ha ha ha.
I'm chilling.
Prince to the end.
I don't, when he started talking about the whole monogamy thing, I think to each his own. For me, I'm not gonna be with anybody who's not monogamous. That's me. But some people are okay with that and can deal with that and live with that. I mean, I'm not gonna say, I'll take that back. I believe that again, it's a personal thing. I believe that if you it's one thing to say that you don't believe in monogamy and you're honest about that. And so someone has agreed to accept that about you versus the person that you're with believing that you're monogamous and they're monogamous and you out here doing whatever the fuck you want to do. Those are two different things. So I just say to each his own.
We was talking about the Bible shit. Man, fuck about the
But
monogamy.
that came up. I mean, I literally don't have anything to talk about as it relates to the Bible because again, the Bible is handwritten by a human being and it's based off of what you choose to believe. It's like reading any other book. If someone says that it's based off of a true story and you read it and you believe it to be true, it's going to be true to you. So as far as I am concerned, I believe in God. I believe there's a higher being. But I'm not going to say, I don't feel any way about the Bible. I've never even really read the Bible for real. And again, I just feel like it's what you believe.
Why have you never read the Bible?
I don't know. I don't have an answer for that, honestly. My attention span is extremely short.
I got audiobooks now. You can listen to that shit.
No, I'm just saying, like, so if it's not something that grabs my attention, I can block out what I'm listening to too. My attention.
The dope ass stories in the Bible, man. I'm trying to tell you, man, the Bible is better than Grey's Anatomy. Don't play with me.
My attention span is short. Me listening or reading doesn't make a difference, D. You understand that, right?
No, I'm tracking, but Grey's Anatomy. I'm just saying, like the Bible's it's pretty interesting. They got some juicy stuff up in that motherfucker.
There's a lot of like gangster stories and shit in the Old Testament. Like there's some serious shit in the Old Testament. Like
when
serious.
like when Buddy's wife got raped and he chopped her up and put her on a donkey and sent the pieces off of her to his brothers so they can come back and exact their revenge, even though they cut her up while she was alive. Yeah, man, they got some shit in that motherfucker, yo.
Mm-hmm.
Like Buddy getting drunk. Well, like Buddy's daughter's getting him drunk and fucking him. Yeah, man, there's some shit up in the Bible, yo. Come on now. Come on now.
There's also a lot of shit that's misquoted in the Bible too. A whole lot.
Is there things that are misquoted in the Bible, or do people misquote the Bible?
Option 2.
Okay.
Option B.
Okay.
Option 2B.
Okay.
Or not to be.
That is the question.
That is the question. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Like, I think the worst offender is Philip. How did that girl say it? Philippines.
I was like, what the fuck is happening?
But she said Filipinesians. I don't even know.
I don't know what
she
the fuck.
said.
She mixed a
God
whole
knows.
bunch of shit together.
But there's one in there that says I could do all things through him who strengthens me. And a lot of people will misquote it as I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And it absolutely has nothing to do with doing all things in your life. Absolutely nothing to do with it. It's quoted so far out of context, it's ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
ridiculous. Because what he is like, the writing is about Paul getting ready to get put, might be put to death, and he's under, like, I guess a earlier version of house arrest of something like that, where he was at home and they weren't letting him go anywhere, and he was under guard and all that shit. And he's trying to, in the letter to the Philippians, he's trying to tell everybody that he can put up with it, he can do it, because he has a strength that only comes from Christ, is what he's trying to tell everybody. And
That's a misquote.
it is a misquote. Like, it's definitely,
All things are able to be done through the Father. Christ is not mentioned.
no, Philippians. Hold on, man. Nah, fuck that. I'm looking this up. Hang on a second. It won't take me but a moment. Philippians, I can do
I'm whispering on the Bible.
4:13. It's
I wish you
4:13.
would stop that.
I can. Okay, let's see. Is that NIV? I want to know what translation this is. Well, not that one, because that's the Watchtower. New International Version. I can do all things through him who gives me strength.
The him in
That's-
reference is always God, never Christ.
Not in this one, because when he was
Listen,
talking,
wait, pause. Before you go down this road, let's have an understanding that the term Christian was a derogatory statement up until 200 years after he died. They were making fun of the people who followed him. So and for 200 years, Christian you could equate to black people being niggas. Facts. So that's why there's no reference to being anything being done through Christ anywhere, because they all worship the same God, the Almighty God, All Father from the first part of the Bible is the same one from the second. Even Jesus never references his ability to do anything through himself, only through the power that was granted to him from that God. It's all one thing. No one has any power through the creation at all, anywhere.
yeah, but there is
Because
in fact a belief that
Okay, see, listen, wait, pause. That's why I said what you said was a misquote. I'm not talking about a belief. There's no reference to anyone being granted anything through Christ in the Bible, because the terminology.
this is
of-
why I hate when I get interrupted,
Right.
because where I was going with that was a belief in the scholarly community. I wasn't going to say
listen. We not scholarly community, and because at the end of the day, every theological scholar agrees that the term Christian did not come into play until 200 years after his death. So no one in the Bible would reference that because it was a derogatory term. They
No,
wouldn't refer to themselves as that.
but
They were not Christians.
But they were followers of Christ. It's the same thing.
It's
They were
not the
followers
same
of the
thing.
teaching of the Rabbi Christ.
What did he teach?
The 4 books of the gospel.
No, he did not teach those things. Those are recounts of the people who were with him. What did he teach? Because he had a particular doctrine. He came to carry on the doctrine of old. He was continuing the doctrine. That is exactly what was stated. That was his official stance.
That's true.
Right. So everything that was possible, even if we're going to grant him being the Son of God, when he would make statements like, everything I do through my Father, he does not have any power. By definition, that is the correct usage of the text in every step, in every stretch of the imagination. No one believed in him per se. He was considered a prophet at the time.
All right, I'll concede that point for now, but that's only because we have less than a minute to go and Mookie's got to close us
That
out.
might not necessarily be true. We might have. Okay, continue with your
Okay,
dialogue.
so what I was reading says something about that Paul was using the opportunity to teach the young church in Philippi that he can endure any and every circumstance because he has a strength that only comes from Christ. And then you said,
No. We're not going to say what I said. What I'm going to ask you is, where are you reading that at?
I am reading that on a website called relevantmagazine.com.
And if you go to the forward of that, who owns that website?
Oh, that's a good query. Let me check the masthead. Give me a sec. Relevant Media Group.
What look up their mission statement or whatever. See, this is why I don't get into the nuances of it outside of just having the true conversation. Every theological scholar agrees that the term Christian was a derogatory term. Period. Across the board. Right. Okay. So there will be zero reference because no one actually followed him. He was a prophet of the time. They were with him, seen his works, recorded his works. They didn't even deify him until the Council of Nicaea.
Okay, so are you making the point that Christianity is bastardized Judaism?
I'm making the point that Christianity was a cult up until the Council of Nicaea, when they deified him, when they removed certain books of the Bible and kept others, which is why the recollection and the Gospels are not in identical order, although they were all together at the same time. Because there are other books. Other prophets wrote Gospels. They did not approve them because they made him appear to be simply a prophet, not a deity.
You mean like the Book of Mormon?
Now, I'm definitely not talking about the goddamn Book of Mormon.
Oh man, that was funny. Sorry. How about the Book of Jehovah or whatever the Watchtower people?
Yeah, I'm not fucking riding on that shit either. I'm saying that there were other disciples who recorded accounts of the time, and their books were not approved to be added to what is the standard Bible because he did not appear to be a deity in those books. And those books exist. Unlike certain books of the Torah, where we understand that those places were ransacked and burned, it like the books were just like, oh hell no, we not keeping none of this because we believe in something different. So you have, like, historically speaking, raiders from other civilizations fighting against the Romans and the Greeks and burning their literature, like everyone does, like, period, point blank. Like, historically speaking, that's what happens. Like, okay, you're recorded history, now we're burning this. We don't give a fuck about this. Some of the books were saved. Those books become the Old Testament. And you get to the New Testament. The New Testament is a historical account of the life and times, ultimately, of Yeshua, better known as Jesus Christ.
Oh, it was it.
The Christ moniker.
No, I was going Yeshua. That's the proper Jewish name.
The moniker of Christ does not get added for years because they were saying, oh, this is who you believe in. You Christians, ha, 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 ha. This is what we did to him. Ha, 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 ha. Because consider, Rome is still the dominant civilization of the time. They were notorious for crucifying motherfuckers. Mm-hmm. That was what they did. So if you believed in him and you were a follower of him, they was on clown mode. Oh, you one of them motherfuckers. Ah ha 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 ha. 200 years later, then their sect, their cult has grown significantly enough for Christian to not necessarily take on a negative connotation. At this point is when you start getting into him being the Messiah. And then you get to the point of the Council of Nicaea where they're saying, well, let's deify him, but we can't deify him with these other books. So those books weren't approved. They exist. They say they're in the Vatican.
I believe that.
But yeah, like that. So no, like because you're reading something. That's why I said, is that what the text is? You're like, well, no. But so once you say that's not what the text actually says, you're talking about someone's interpretation of the text. I've always had this argument. If you're telling me you think you are special enough to interpret the word, quote unquote, of God to me, now you sound fucking crazy. Whoever's trying to reinterpret what the fuck he meant sounds crazy. Because you can't tell me that the book is the word of God and then tell me you need to translate the shit to some different shit for me. That doesn't sound right. So contextually speaking, when he's speaking in the words he uses, that is the reference.
It's still misquoted.
No, yes, it is. Wow, it is widely used incorrectly. Absolutely. But once again, he is still saying through his father or through the God Jehovah, the whoever you want to say at the time, that is what they're saying. But he's not saying Christ at all. Because he doesn't think Jesus is gonna come bust him the fuck out. He doesn't think he has any power. Because Jesus himself said he doesn't have any power. Like literally in the time frame, Jesus himself is saying, I have zero power. Everything I do through my Father. That's a fact. Like that's in the book. That's why it's not a debatable point. Because that's what's actually in the book. And then you have certain religions and their scholars attempting to validate the reason for their religion, saying, okay, well, we will deify him, and once you deify him, then you can start saying, okay, well, yeah, now he's important. No, he's no. I mean, shit. Even God said the worship of creation is wrong. If he used a part of creation to create him, worshiping Jesus would be wrong by definition. That's just a fact. That's not even a debatable topic either. That's why I don't get into it. like at the end of the day, like he's part of creation. You will have no other gods before me. He's stating a fact that there are other gods that people believe in.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. There was, I mean, Baal was one of them. People had the Egyptian gods that they believed in. I mean, there was a ton of, like, Baal was in direct, like, that fight. Well, it wasn't a fight, but like Baal and God were competing for followers if either of them actually existed.
I don't think anyone personally was competing for followers. I think that the text was written specifically for to govern the culture and laws of a group of people, specifically for those people. You believe what you want to believe over there, where you practice what you practice in your region. We don't have any problem with that. But here, you can't come here and worship that. That's what the text says. It doesn't say what people think it says. That's exactly what the text says. Yeah, that's why that's why I was specific about that. Even in your attempt to say what was misquoted, you are misquoting. That was all I was pointing out. You know,
See, I told you it was misquoted.
I'm kind of well read in the book. It's a good one.
Yeah, I used to be. Apparently, I need to study up a little bit.
I stay abreast. I stay abreast.
All right. Well, it sounds like this is coming to a comfortable close.
I mean, always. I mean, if you don't,
En
you
el
know what.
nombre del Padre, el Hijo, el Espíritu Santo. Amen.
Amen. I'm trying to get somebody's attention.
You
Oh,
have
it's
Mookie is paying attention. He's purposefully going out of his way to ignore you.
He was praying. He was praying.
What
That's
happened?
why.
I'm sorry.
I was telling them you were praying.
I said
That's an
it
interrupt.
sounds like this is coming to a comfortable close, and then I didn't say anything else, and then we were waiting for you to look up and say your spiel.
I mean, just because you said it was coming to a comfortable close doesn't mean it was closed. That's why I didn't say nothing. I was like, okay, maybe I thought maybe you had something else you
There's more than one or two people on this fucking podcast, Mookie.
I
It's
know.
okay for somebody else to say we're done.
Vinny, do something to your microphone. I don't know what it is, but do something to it.
What's going on?
Your static covered.
Is this better?
It is.
There you go.
Okay. I put a gator on it, so I gotta.
Your back being static covered.
I put a gator on it so that the airflow in my room from the fan wouldn't mess with the sound.
No, it's all good. I'm just letting you know that when you speak, you'll hear it, and then you're gonna be like, "How come y'all didn't tell me when my mic sounded like shit? Because I'm an audio foul. But you can't hear it right now, so you're gonna have to listen back, and then you'll be able to determine whatever the fuck it is. Because to us, we don't know. We don't give a fuck.
You just don't want to say anything, asshole.
I just said something. What the fuck are you?
Well, since Mookie doesn't want to do it, I'm going to do it. This has been the No Filter Podcast.
How was I supposed to do it and y'all was still talking?
It doesn't matter.
It does.
You
I
ready
can't
to
just-
jump in any second, any other time, but this one
But y'all were
time.
actually having an in-depth conversation about microphone checks.
Well, I disagree. I'm waiting for Nessa to say something because she's about to be like something Taquito Taco Bell.
Oh, not Yo Quiero Taco Bell. Taquito Taco Bell. That's what the fuck he said.
I don't know what the fuck this shit is. What the fuck I keep telling you, same shit. I say what I know. Burrito.
Ay, Dios mío.
Toyota.
Burrito. Taco. Guacamole.
Oh Lord. All right, yo. This has been the No Filter.
¿Por qué me castigas así? ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué?
This
Yeah, what
has
you said.
been the
Yeah.
No Filter Podcast.
Me tengo que
Make sure
ir.
you follow us on all our social media platforms.
No. Change the outro.
Oh, that's right. I forgot what the fuck I was supposed to do with it. Cause what'd you put us
Make
on
sure
now?
you follow us on Spotify. Make sure you follow us on Anchor.
Whoa.
No, because listen, those aren't social media platforms. Slow
They
down.
are. They're very social media.
Those are streaming platforms.
That's
Social media. Everything
No.
is social media.
No.
Yeah,
Those are
yeah.
streaming.
No.
platforms.
Spotify's a
All
streaming
social
platform.
media. All
Okay,
social
pause.
media.
Now available on
Social
the
media.
streaming platforms, Spotify and Anchor, as
media.
well as the traditional YouTube.
Social media.
And follow us on all your social media platforms.
Social media.
I mean, you can do it however you want to do it, bro, but don't forget about Spotify and Anchor. Fuck them.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm grateful it's on Spotify now because I don't have to use up all the memory of my computer trying to watch YouTube. What the fuck? What is that face for?
Are you acting like you froze, Mookie?
No, it's not true because he's television or something. You know what? You're an asshole. You just all y'all. I can't stand. I fucking hate y'all, and I'm leaving.
I don't know
What
the
I
fuck.
do?